Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be putting together a look which features some of the items from the upcoming MAC Star Trek collection. Let's get right into it. I'm starting off by priming my lids with some eyeshadow primer to make sure that the eyeshadows stay in place. Because I'll be doing a darker eyeshadow look, I'm also laying down a thin base of NYX's Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in Black Bean and blending that out with my fingers. Don't worry about smearing it around, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Moving on to eyeshadows, I'm taking MAC's Cork and using a fluffy brush to blend that through my crease to give me some definition. I'll then be taking MAC's Pressed Pigment in Bird of Prey, which is part of the Star Trek collection, and using that on a flat, stiff brush to pack that onto my lid. I'll be packing several layers of this on, not because it's not pigmented, but because I want to make this as deep as I possibly can. On a fluffy crease brush, I'm then going to be dipping into MAC's Amber Lights and Bronze eyeshadows and mixing them together so that I get some sort of a bronze shimmery crease color. I know a shimmery crease is considered very taboo in the makeup world, but I did it recently in my highlighter challenge look, and I actually quite liked it, so that's what I'm doing today. On the same brush, I'm then dipping into MAC's Print eyeshadow and applying that to the outer corner of my eyes in order to deepen everything up. Although Print is a charcoal shade and not a black, still be sure to blend it into your lid color and your crease color so you get a really nice transition. I'm then going back in with Birds of Prey to re-intensify the green and make sure it pops because I kind of felt like I lost a little bit of the intensity when I was blending out the other shades. I'm then taking a matte black eyeliner, this one in particular is Makeup Forever's Aqua XL, and I'm using that to messily line my lower lash line. I'm not being precise because I'm going to be blending it all out with a pencil brush, and I'm really just doing this so I can try to get in between my blonde lash hairs and kind of deepen that whole area up. If I don't do this, I end up with gaps in between the lashes and it looks really, really strange. Since my eyelids tend to flap around and wrinkle really easily, I'm pulling on my lower lid very gently while running the pencil brush back and forth along that lower lash line. And to blend out that black pencil even more, I'm dipping into Birds of Prey with my pencil brush and layering that on top of the black liner and just running it back and forth along my lower lash line. To highlight the inner corner of my eye, I'm taking a teeny tiny brush and dabbing into MAC's Nylon eyeshadow. I'm then tightlining my upper waterline with the same Makeup Forever pencil, then going in with MAC's On the Hunt liquid liner to create a very large wing. I'm also going to be creating a new inner corner for my eye and filling that in with the black liquid liner as well. I don't often do this pointed inner corner, but I always really like how it comes out when I do it. To highlight my brow bone and blend out my crease colors, I'm using a MAC's Blanc type. My mascara today is Tarte's Tartist Lash Paint, and I'll be coating both my top and bottom lashes with it. To add even more oomph to this look, I'm applying the MAC Star Trek False Lashes in Wink of an Eye. These lashes are slanted towards the outside corners and have a really cool blue fiber sort of mixed in with the black, which is really gorgeous when your eyes kind of flicker open and closed. Once my lashes are on, I'm moving on to my face, and for primer today I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's Wonder Glow and massaging that into my face with my hands. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Boots No. 7 Instant Radiance foundations in the shade Cool Vanilla and Warm Ivory. I mix the two of these together because I feel like one is too pink and the other one's too warm, but together they make the perfect shade for me. I'm not normally a concealer person, but since my eyes are so dark in this look, I really wanted my under eye area to be a lot brighter. So I'm dabbing on a little bit of MAC's Select Cover Up in NW20 and blending that out with my damp sponge. My bronzer of choice for this summer has definitely been MAC's Refined Golden, so I'm sticking with that for this look. And I'm blending that onto the usual areas along my temples, backs of my cheekbones, and along my jawline. For my cheeks, I wanted to keep it relatively simple, and I also wanted it to match my lip color, which you'll be seeing shortly. So I stuck with an absolute fail-safe color, MAC's Mineralize Blush in Warm Soul. Warm Soul also ties in really well with my highlighter today, which is MAC's Soft and Gentle. And I almost forgot my brows, you guys. This is the second time in recent memory in a video that I've almost forgot completely to do them. Not a good thing. And I'm filling them in with NYX's Micro Brow in Taupe. For my lips, I'll be using the limited edition MAC Star Trek lipstick in LLAP, which, for those confused, stands for Live Long and Prosper. I was so surprised by this shade. It's a rose gold lipstick in a frost formula, which is not something I ever thought would look good on me. But lo and behold, I am in love with this color. And we're done! I hope you like seeing me play around with some items from the upcoming MAC Star Trek collection. For more product pictures and swatches, please visit my blog. Everything will be linked down below.